Now we're going to learn the little used X, but still we need to learn it. X will take up the header and the X space for the capital. We're going to start the way we have been for the past several letters. At the top of the X, you're going to pull down a curve before pushing it back up to the top of the header. Pull down and curve it to the left to end in a dot. Then we're going to move our pen over to the right. Start at the bottom of the X space, push it up so it overlaps with that first line, curve it out to the right, and end in a dot. So we almost have these two curves that overlap. I'm going to do that again. Start at the top of the X space, pull a curve that goes up to the top of the header, before pulling off to the left and end in a dot. Then I'm going to move over to my right, push up, overlap with that first line, curve off to the right, and end in a dot. That one wasn't very good, but we'll keep going. I'm going to start first. My pen is coming out of the handle. I'm going to start by pushing a curve from the top of the X, pull down, curve it up to the header, curve off to the left, end in a dot, move over to the right, push up, curve out to the right, and end in a dot. I'll do that one last time for you. Start by creating a curve, pull that curve through the X space to the bottom of the X, end on the left in a dot, move your pen to the right, push a line upward that curves out to the right, and end that in a dot. Make capital X's all the way across your page, and then you can move on to a lowercase x. Lowercase x is a little bit complicated, so we will get into it. I'm going to start by pushing up an entrance stroke from the bottom of the X to the top. Pull down and curve out, so I've basically made a squiggle. Then, inside that squiggle, I'm going to start at the top of the header, make a dot, pull down across that line, and end in another dot. That's pretty difficult, pretty hard to do. I'm actually going to zoom in a little bit more so you can see it, and also switch to a finer pen. I'm switching pens just so that you can really see what's going on. So I'm going to take my new pen. It's very fine. It's different than the ones you're using. I'm going to push up from the bottom of the X, pull down, curve over, and then I'm going to move up to the top of the X space, make a dot, pull it down, and end in another dot. That one wasn't very clean, but I'll try again. I'm going to start at the bottom of the X, push up to the top before curving down. This pen is not liking me so much. This is why I have you all using a different kind of pen. There. And then I'm going to start at the top, the dot, pull down, and end in another dot. I'm going to try that again with the pen that likes me. This time I'll just try and use less ink. I'm going to start at the bottom of the X, push up to the top, pull down, curve out. Then I'm going to go back up to the top of the X, make a dot, pull down to the left across the first line, end in another dot. I'll do that one last time for you. Go from the bottom of the X, push up to the top, curve down and out, go back up to the top of the X, make a dot, pull diagonally to the left, end in another dot. Make lowercase x's all the way across your page, And you are down to the final two letters, my friend.